People, make sure that you go ahead and check out the Beeline Entertainment Stuff and Things shop. We got all merchandise that you're looking for. Everything to promote the show. That's right, from hats to glasses to cups to sweatshirts to t-shirts, you name it. Boys, girls, babies, whoever wants to show off that they love watching the Beeline Entertainment LLC. We can't wait to see you in your brand new gear. Come on and check it out today. Let's go! People, check it out. It's me, Brian B, here to introduce the Beeline Entertainment LLC.com. That's right, we got a whole supply of options for you if you're doing video editing, if you need logos for your business, you got that. If you want to watch the shows that we host here on the network, the Beeline Webshow, the Beeline Entertainment Show, and Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk with the STR Nation, we got that too. Join us, buy the merch, and check out the Beeline Entertainment LLC.com. Let's go! And I just noticed that I was on mute that whole time. Damn, what the hell is going on with me starting the show? I said so much in that little beginning part, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to shorten and sweeten it a little bit. Guys, what's up? Tuesday night, right? We back at it, yo. I'm super happy to be here. Welcome to the Beeline Web Show. Of course, Tuesday night, the OG show. I wanted to start off with what I was saying before when I was off mic. I'm really sorry, guys. If anybody came out to see me for Dragon Con, I actually wasn't able to go. It's really unfortunate. I was really upset about it. But at the end of the day, I got to keep moving forward. Nothing serious. It's just a family situation that came up, and I couldn't do anything about it, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to make it. I bought a lot of stuff, and me and IT Tiff are working on meeting you guys. We want to get out in different events. So I'm searching on Facebook. I'm searching on different groups and stuff like that to see different events that I can get out, put all the Beeline stuff on, and start to meet and greet people, man. I really want to start connecting with more people in the area and just kind of being a little bit more personal. A lot of people that I know on here, we're kind of spread out, kind of far away. So I'm really excited. I'm really sorry if you guys, were like, hey, I'm gonna see Brian B. Maybe if they listen, may not be many people, but maybe a couple. I've been on for a while, right? But guys, we are back. We are back with all 3 shows this week. There's no doubt about it. I'm positive. September, guys. We going into the end of the year. We got Halloween coming. We got holidays coming up. Yo, we got a lot of shit to talk about. And tonight is going to be no different. Got my man Kyle in the building with me. We going to talk some shit. And I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. If you guys haven't already, please head on over to YouTube and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of shows that we're doing. The Beeline Entertainment Show will be on this Thursday. We'll have a great show for you. And also, of course, Straight Through the Ropes Wrestle Talk is back. And we're going to be on tomorrow night with STR Nation, man, talking that wrestling. We back talking that wrestling tomorrow. But tonight, we got to do the web show deal. because we got a really interesting topic and I really want to get into it. So let's do that. In other words, let's go. Oh, I thought I pressed it, but I didn't. I'm back. I'm back. I'll be good eventually.
Straight to the point, baby. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's go ahead and start the show. Check it out. I told you I'm not alone. He's been on with me, of course, my co-host of the Beeline Entertainment. He is the host of the A for Able podcast. Just dropped a new episode. We're pushing it out as well. Go check it out. Talking about I heard of the bipolar and different things like that, and different personalities, types like that. Listen, raw. We got a lot of stuff, good conversation you're talking about. But that's my man Kyle. Eric, what up, Kyle?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. I was muted the first like 2 minutes or whatever.
I noticed. I was trying to signal you because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear the word you said. You know.
It's all good, bro.
You look like a Muppet with no voice. Just. You know. So,
yeah. I remember. All right, it's happened before. It'll probably happen again. What up, bro?
Many times. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, comes with the territory, right? But what up, Kyle? How you doing, man? Enjoying this Tuesday?
You know what I am. It was a nice sunny day today. You know, got an errand half done. You know,
Okay.
and half done.
You like that sometimes.
And finally put out some new A for Able. And I was sitting on that episode for a while because stuff just kept coming up. Right, and I just kept forgetting. I was like, you know what? I need time to myself. But I got more episodes down the pipeline, and you and me gonna link up at some point. So
yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir. We got to do that. That's right.
And thanks for pushing the episode out. I saw you dropping the links earlier. I much appreciate it, man.
No, always, bro. Definitely got to support, man. Always making sure that I'm spreading good content. Like I just opened with, like I definitely understand what you mean. Like I know, y'all know I was super excited about going to Dragon Con. It was my first time.
Yeah.
Me and my brother were supposed to go. All the plans were all down until, bam, something happened at the end where he couldn't go, I couldn't go. It was just like, damn, bro, some shit got messed up. But it was a learning lesson. I know what I need for next time, and I'm really going to make sure that I prepare better and kind of take it into my own hands a little bit more next time as well. But I'm super excited to still keep meeting people and just doing the stuff we're doing, even with the shows, man. Listen, I'm excited for the shows this week, just because I feel like I'm fully back. I'm fully committed. I used to go to sleep, Kyle, and my wife will attest to this. I used to go to sleep and I'd go and I'd be on my phone, and I'm always scrolling on my phone, of course, right? But I used to be working. Like I'd be upstairs in the bed, looking for stuff to talk about, looking for content, posting different content and stuff like that. That's how much I used to do it. But now sometimes I always feel like because I used to do it that much, now everything's a comparison to that shit. So if I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like I feel like, damn, I'm not doing. I used to do this shit all night and day. Now I'm doing it just sometimes. You ever get that feeling? Like, damn, compared to yourself, not even anybody else.
That. Believe it or not, man, I kind of relate. I used to work out a lot, and then I got like really lazy. I mean, I've always been kind of lazy, but I used to love working out during the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would put on something to watch to get me pumped. Next thing you know, I'm pumping iron and working on my mostly upper body. Because for some reason I was more comfortable doing that, and then at some point I just stopped.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir right now.
at some point I just stopped. I mean, I noticed that like it's not like I gained much weight or anything, but I started losing definition, and I started. Losing, but I was like, you know what? I'm not like a workout bro or something. It was just something I did because I liked it. That was it. You know.
Yeah. The older we get, too, the more important it is. My wife tells me all the time, and we got small things we're doing. I'm still definitely not doing enough. I've been on and off of the workout shit for 5, 6, 7 years now. But I used to be like really just like you just said, like I used to work out ridiculously, man. And I still got all the equipment, boxing equipment, a whole bunch of shit. I get in here every time, every now and then, but
and
need to do
I'm
more, man.
trying to like I wanna get back into like my favorite were free weights, like
Yeah.
just body strengthening and but I realized something. This is how I know I'm getting older. Like I used to get up at like 4 a.m. just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Now I get up at like the earliest I get up is like 6 or 7. But sometimes
Mm.
I'll be up for hours scrolling, sitting in the bed.
All day.
Just scrolling, sitting in the bed. I'll be thinking of babe. I'll be thinking of like my, what I gotta do. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have much to do. I don't have a deadline today. So it's like, okay, let me just chill. But I remember getting up before school and putting on like I'd put on some anime or something and just do sit-ups. And I used to have the couch spot me, right?
Yeah.
So with the couch
Feet under it.
with the feet under, I could do as many as I could until I got tired. And that was like at 4 a.m. and I still would like do a lap around the school. I wasn't the fastest runner, but still I would just do a lap around the school because I had so much energy. Now I'm noticing the testosterone drop and I'm like,
oh man.
Yeah, I'm noticing the drop and I'm like, okay, so what else helps to increase testosterone? Oh, working out. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Just doing it. Just getting your ass up and doing it. Yeah, I mean, that's another comparison thing that, I like, you go into the gym and you see so many different types of people. You see the really hardcore workout guys that's in that bitch every fucking, day, every 2 times a day. And they're eating good, they're building, they're bulking. Then you see the other people who are trying to get into it. They're on the Stairmaster, they're on the treadmill, maybe they're lifting little weights here and there. But when you go in there, you're comparing yourself in a way. You're looking around, you're like, oh man, I'm never gonna look like that. Oh man, I want to look like that. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, do I look lazy while I'm doing this? Am I doing this right? You're comparing yourself.
Yeah.
So it's hard to find the place where you can feel comfortable because you're already there most of the time because you're not comfortable. You're trying to better yourself. You're trying to do something. So it's like you can never get like a firm grasp on what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. That's how I feel, at least.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really easy to compare ourselves to other people, even though we talk about, like, we've talked about body positivity and stuff before, but there's always going to be those times where it's like, oh man, how in the world do I look like that? But biologically, could I actually look like that?
Yeah. It's crazy, like, to think about, like, you look at John Cena or The Rock, man. You saw The Rock came out and he's got, I guess he lost weight for a movie role he's trying to do.
He lost weight, and people were like, but he looked like this last week,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like,
yo, listen, I ain't trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate. I'm not trying to, start no rumors, but I'm just saying, like, when you be taking that shit or whatever, and bro, you stop taking that shit. I know a bunch of people that we've seen. I ain't gonna name drop nobody, but all of a sudden his mass is depleted. I don't know, bro.
Well, I remember. Okay, some of y'all may remember this, some of you may not. But there was a time where 50 Cent was trying to be a leading man, right?
Yep.
I remember this independent film that came out where he was a football star, right? And I saw the preview, like the promos, like somebody dropped some like set pictures where his character was on drugs, so he lost so much weight, He looked like a totally different person, right?
Yep.
And before that, I just remember, like, wait a minute, this is the same guy on the Get Rich or Die Trying, that giant 50 tattoo on his back, all those muscles, and now he looks like what his character is supposed to be, a crackhead.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, man, it's crazy to see people who change, like, go through that much, like, character development, like, just for the role. Like, it definitely speaks a lot. It must suck. It must suck, like, going through all of that and then the movie doesn't do well.
Yeah, because you gotta transform. You gotta transform your body. Men, women, they gotta
For
transform their
real.
bodies. And some do it with CG,
Yeah,
like
that's true too.
Chris Evans on Captain America,
Yeah,
right?
that's an option now.
You know,
Yep, you don't even
like
got to do it for
the
real
muscles
anymore.
were real, but him
What
being
up,
that
Adrian?
tall guy as skinny as me, that was they put his head on a skinny dude's body. So
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, but they have
they have the
they got
technology.
they got technology, man. There's a lot of stuff that you look forward to. Kyle, talking about all this made me realize that there's something new I want to try to start doing on the web show. We're gonna do it early on before we get into the actual topic of the day, because the topic of the day is gonna be pretty heavy. But
Yeah.
I want to do this, man. I want to do something positive, bro. I want to think of one good thing that happened this past week, bro. We came on here last week and we did a show, and I want to think of like one good thing that happened to you this past week. Um, if you got something, let's rock with it.
Okay. One good thing that happened to me this past week is I was double booked this weekend, right?
Okay.
Last weekend I was double booked to do some work last weekend, right? And one of the things that I did was I filmed a Black History seminar, right?
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I filmed a Black History seminar with my mother was my mother and my aunt. They host Tea and Cornbread. Shout out to them. That's their podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They got this thing called the old school Labor Day weekend, right? So many things going on. Like there's a cookout going on. There's concerts going on, and then one of my older cousins, along with his group of people, they put together this Black History symposium talking about like hidden history and stuff in Waterbury, right? And even though it was heavy stuff, I was happy to be there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I bet.
Because it's stuff that we don't always hear about, and I want to keep that. I want to keep that going. So the fact that I was able to film it, along with seeing my mother and my aunt do their thing, because they used to be so. They still get nervous when on camera, just like I do. But they were on it. They had their mics. They did after word interviews, and it went really well. And as I'm like looking at the footage and everything, I'm so proud of them. So I have to say it was this weekend, man. I was double booked, and I got to see some great things. I got to talk to some great people and learn about my town's history.
That's awesome, bro. It's really awesome being busy too. Just being busy alone. Just I think we talked about that before too. Just having something to do. And sometimes people complain about it, but just think about it. Like, yo, you could be sitting around not doing nothing. You're
I'm the type
double
of person
booked.
that I'm cool with doing nothing. But
So I am too, but shit.
but
To a limit.
If given the job that I decided to have, like given the fact that I actually do have the career that I want, when someone asks me, hey, are you available? I'd be like, yep, right? Unless I already have something planned. There's times where I'm double booked, and that doesn't normally happen.
There you go. Yeah,
so
man.
It's between that, and also like when I'm with Babe, the whole day is just her and I.
Yeah, exactly. You can enjoy that.
Where it wasn't the case, But that's what I love,
Yeah, man, I feel you. I mean, that's definitely a great story. Shout out to your mom and your aunt and everything for what they're doing and stuff like that. So I saw some stuff you guys had put online. I saw you guys like you're having a good time. I gotta agree with you, man. This weekend, we just came and we had a couple of things planned. Like since I'm working, I work from home, and every job that I get at this point, bro, is basically like a side gig. It's not like a career. It's not anything else. The beeline has always been my job, but you still need some money. Like money's tight. Got a new baby, got diapers, got a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like I work a short job, man, and a lot of times now I'm struggling to give a shit about the job because I mean it's just the money, bro. It's just the money. If they try to change my schedule and I can't do my shows, I quit. Like there's nothing else about it. I just quit. Um, and it's all because I have to stay dedicated. Like, you know, at the end of the day, as long as I'm not putting anybody in the street, I got to stay dedicated. So, I just kind of been like balancing that recently, and that's kind of been a little bit of the struggle that I've been having with the show. But I'm starting to kind of conquer it because I'm getting to my point again where I don't give a fuck, and that's where I love to be because I dedicate all my time into the beeline. And we needed a break, yo. We needed a break. Me and my wife was talking about, like, you know, we a lot of stuff with the kids. The kids are 13, 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
And man, listen, it's a time. Time is being had. And a family just came over this weekend, man. And there's nothing like when people come over, and it doesn't have to be extravagant. Sometimes, you know, people come over, it can be kind of a headache. And you know, oh man, I gotta cook, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta clean the house, blah blah blah, this and that. Then you gotta clean when they leave. Man, they came over, bought some hamburgers, box of chips. You know, we had some iced tea mix, made some fucking tea, and we just played board games, yo. We played board games for like 3-4 hours. Watched Superman, bruh.
That's all you need. That's quality time right there.
We didn't go nowhere. Her sisters came over. My mom's and them, they came over the week before. So this time her family came over. It was just like everybody's time, just kind of just fell in where it fell. But yeah, man, like just everybody just came over and it was just real cool, man. We was all just kind of collected. There's no arguing, no problems and stuff like that. But it's just like, damn, bro. Like it feels so good not to always have to think you have to travel to get away. You have to, you know what I'm saying? Like that was one of the things that I was realizing more than anything. Like, hey, listen, we talk about, you know, going on vacation and we wish we had a little more money to do this. You got four kids, bro. We can't just up and go. We got to fucking plan everything we do. But it was just really nice, like having everybody at the house and just playing some games and, you know, just, you know, drinking and having fun. And I enjoyed it, man. It kind of cleared my head, gave me some clarity that I think I much needed, and that I didn't know I needed as much as I did until it was happening. So, yeah, I enjoyed that for real.
I bet I get the opportunity to do that with my family. I'd say every couple of months. Before it used to be, you know, it used to be on a monthly basis, but you know, stuff changed and trying to get back, you know, back to that, but. When we do get together, like the last time we all got together was my stepdad's birthday, right? And we would just, you know, now like my two, actually all three of my sisters have kids, right?
Okay.
So all three of my sisters have kids. And,
I didn't know you had 3 sisters.
Yeah. Technically one biological, the other 2 are step, but I don't like saying step because I'm close to all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah.
Same thing. I got a bunch of brothers too. You know, well, technically I got 4 sisters anyway, but that's on a different side of the family. But you get what I'm saying? It's hard.
I get you. You got a lot going on.
Exactly. So yeah, but the point is, when I get to see, when I get to go to my stepdad's place and just hang out. Now I'm hanging out with my sisters and my nieces and my nephews and just watching them play. You know what I'm saying? Just watching them play. But you know, because we're playing, you know, like we're a Uno family. We'll play Uno, we'll play Taboo, we'll play you ever play the Game of Things?
The Game of Things. Nah, I never heard of that actually.
Okay, real quick. So basically, it's like this. You have a prompt, right? You have a prompt, and people write down on pieces of paper like answers to stuff, like say stuff you wouldn't want your boss to find out at work. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Things like that. Things you wouldn't want to find under the bed, and it just could be the most random out of the box answer, and you have to guess. You have a reader, right? So the reader participates by just reading the prompt. And then everyone else is tasked with coming up with an answer. The thing is, you have to guess who said what. And whoever guessed the most people at the end wins. Right?
Kyle, you might have just did something. I'm telling you right now, you're talking to a board game playing house. I'm about to go pick this one up.
Listen, man, I think it was my sister who picked it up one year for Christmas, and after a while we just started playing it more. We haven't played it in a while, but it's a funny game because
Man.
because then you also get to see what's on people's minds.
That's awesome. Yo,
You
listen,
know?
that sounds like a good ass game. I'm actually definitely going to check that out. I'm gonna tell Tiff about it. We love it 'cause we're also really competitive. So like especially my wife, like she's fucking more competitive than me. We just got done beating Mortal Kombat 1, the newest one that
Oh, the
came out.
newest one.
And
Yeah,
let me listen, Kyle, we might have to talk about this shit on Thursday, bro,
absolutely.
on Entertainment Show
Mhm.
about the video game situation. I know we talked before, but man, listen, bro, it's in a bad state, yo. It's in a bad. I was telling my son that shit. But
Are we talking Mortal Kombat or just games in general? Like
in general,
ooh,
guys, check out the Thursday night entertainment. I think that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about just kind of maybe a little bit more forms of entertainment, but just as far as all this having to buy extra shit when you buy a game, and bro, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
But listen,
everybody's going broke for the game.
bro, I'm telling you, man, everybody going broke buying shit they already got. But we gonna talk about that. But tonight, listen, I thank you for sharing. Like, you definitely I think it's good that we do this every week, man. Just name one good thing that happened this past week. Everything can be a little bit so dreary, a lot of drama going on all the time. It's good to think of something positive.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that too. But we're definitely gonna be talking about a little bit of negative shit tonight. Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So, Kyle.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
This relates to what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a let's see, what is it? Have you ever had like one of those is it wrong feelings where it's like, you hear people say stuff like this all the time. Like, hey, if there was somebody that was in a store and he was stealing bread, but it was to feed his family, is it wrong? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yep.
Isn't that some crazy mind twisting shit? Like, you really got to think like, what kind of definition is wrong? Like, that's not right. That's wrong. That's not the right thing to do. That's not you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. One of my, I call her a sister in spirit, right? We talk about morality and stuff all the time.
Morality.
Yeah, morality. Like, when is it like just like you asked me, like, when are certain things justified, right? Like, what is considered wrong? There was a lot of things that were legal back in the day that you look at it now and it was definitely wrong. You know what I mean? Definitely wrong. Slavery, for example, was legal. Legal, but it was wrong. Man-made law, but you're treating other people like they're less than you, right? And that was 100% legal.
Exactly.
But then we get to like we get to modern day issues like, you get to modern day issues. Things are so freaking expensive, right? Healthcare is so freaking expensive.
Now you're talking.
I heard of a woman who she needed some medicine for either herself or for her family, right? But she didn't have money to afford it. Security guards saw her and did not say anything. If I get the story right, the security guard saw her, people in line saw her because she was like short on something.
Yeah.
But based on what she looked like, what the medicine was, everything, they just let her take it.
Yeah. Listen, now, I believe it, man.
Like stealing is wrong. There is a gray area in some cases, like you can understand why they did it.
Bro, that's the part that I want to talk about tonight. That gray area.
That gray area.
We have a lot of conversations, bro. We've had a lot of discussions on this show, on other shows, where if you have enough of these kind of talks, you start to understand, man, over time, things are not fucking black and white. A lot of times people say things aren't always black and white,
Yep.
but I think it's clear. I would go out and say things are not black and white.
No.
Almost all the time, there's a fucking gray area. Now, the gray area doesn't mean, oh, this is open fucking opportunity.
No.
It just means that you have to have a little bit more of a discussion. You have to have a little bit more of a thought process and a little bit more logic, reasoning, understanding, whatever kind of capable kind of, mental state you can put yourself into
Yeah.
to see if you can understand this situation.
Yeah.
So case in point, like we were just talking about, somebody walks into a store and they're walking in, they have, holy clothes. They obviously are not, the best taken care of, and they steal a steak. They steal a steak, they steal a damn loaf of bread and a bottle of water. They go to leave the store. The security guard saw him do it. They pull him into the office and said, "Why'd you do this?" And he says, "Hey, listen, I got 3 kids at home." He's straight up honest. "I got 3 kids at home. I don't got no money. I'm down on my luck. I've tried to borrow money from people. I don't got nothing left. I don't have it. My job fired me. My mom's and them, they're all dead. I don't have nothing, but these 2 babies is hungry at home and I'm going to feed them." And you look in that motherfucker's face and you say, he was stealing to feed it. There's no way that you can look and say, what you're doing is absolutely wrong. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, bro?
And that is the gray area.
That's the gray area.
Because obviously there's going
What up, Harris?
What's going on, Harris? There's
Shout out
going to
Harris
be
for drinking.
okay. So when you're a kid, right? They tell you don't steal, don't lie, right? But then you see your parents doing it
Constantly.
You see your parents.
Santa Claus, all that shit.
I'm about to say you're a parent. You've probably done it more than one. We've all heard the stories of the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, yada yada yada. All that stuff. Those were little white lies.
Little white lies.
Eventually your child finds out the truth. But the thing is, some people don't. They act like they know when their kid is going to find out. Like, I'll tell them when they get older. What if they find out through other means? I found out.
They usually do.
Like, I found out Santa didn't exist when I was 9 years old, right? And it was only because some kid in my, I don't even think we were in the same class, but we went to the same school. He said it out loud, Santa wasn't real. And I started going, but I didn't
let the puzzle together.
Yeah, I didn't let the cat out of the bag really quick because I still wanted to, believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. But isn't that part of it? The still wanting to believe part, like
still wanting to believe part.
Like you just said, literally. But to keep going on that topic right there, you still have to believe in something. So I think that's a lot of people's problem right there, bro. You still have to believe that because somebody told you at one point in time, no, that's wrong. There is no gray area. That's why you hear a lot of people. No, you can't play all sides of the fence. Why the fuck not? Why can't I play every side that there is on the fence? Because the fence exists, and so do the sides. And they're there for a purpose. If the fence wasn't there, there'd be no boundary whatsoever. But there is a boundary, so we have to understand that boundary. And if you have to jump over that boundary, you have to know what's on both sides. So you need to play both sides of the fence, technically, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing that you don't understand as a child. So they get you with at least you don't think they're gonna understand as a child. There are exceptions, Let me not just say every kid's the same, because that ain't the truth. But they're worried about how kids at a certain age process information. So that is their excuse for lying. But I will give you something that made me go, why did you lie to us from the get-go? Now, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all of that stuff, I will give you. Sure, fine. The Pilgrim story, I ain't giving you that. I ain't giving you that. Christopher freaking Columbus, I ain't giving you that. Paul Revere,
grow up and learn shit. Yeah, grow up and learn the bullshit, the
Paul
story.
Revere, like Paul Revere, I ain't giving you none of that. You had us doing dioramas and freaking plays of these people in freaking elementary school, and then it was my dad who told me, just wait till you learn the truth, right? I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm sitting here doing homework about these people. I'm getting graded, and here my dad comes in with a smirk. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, just wait till you hear the truth. It wasn't until high school Spanish class that I learned that Christopher Columbus ain't nothing. He was a like an enslaver, all that, all of that stuff. He was ridiculous, and we still see this. A lot of people still see this man as a hero. I'm like,
well, yeah, you always have to have that figure. It's always a figure. You know what I mean? Like to this day, I don't even know if I believe in any of that shit. I'll be honest with you. I've been questioning so much shit as I've gotten older, bro. All these stories that are just perfectly assimilated so that they can teach the lessons and tell the story. Period.
It's teach the lessons or hide the truth.
Hide the truth. I mean?
Yeah, it's like because the history.
With a kite. Hold on, Kyle. Listen. Benjamin Franklin took a kite with a key and lightning. Oh, that's lightning. That's the story. Get the fuck out of here.
That is one story. That
sounds like Disney fucking put that shit together.
No, like that's not the interesting story anymore. Like him doing things like helping to invent the post office and and libraries and stuff like that. And the most things and one thing I learned about Christopher Columbus recently is he was into MILFs. I'm like,
who even has that? Who wasn't a MILF back then? Like, was there anything else?
He was into older women. He was into older women. I'm like, okay, so that's not really something that's going to be on a test.
No, obviously.
Exactly. But that's interesting. Or George Washington with the cherry tree. That never happened.
That probably never fucking happened. Wooden teeth, and it's all passed down bullshit, bro.
It wasn't actually wooden teeth. Some people it wasn't actually wooden teeth. That there's been other things that suggest that he used teeth of the slaves that he owned up until he died. So it's.
I'm saying, but but think about it, Kyle. Isn't even that like super dramatic? Like death slaves. Can't you pick a side easily with that story? Can't you say he used teeth from slaves? Like, doesn't it make it so much more engaging? What if this motherfucker just found a dead body one day and it was just laying on the side of the road? He just looked real quick.
That don't make it any better because then he's like, wait a minute, he's using a zombie. He's basically a zombie.
Zombie teeth.
What the heck? Freaking zombie teeth? Is that gonna be on the Miss Smith? Is that gonna be on the test?
Yeah, I'm telling you, right? These motherfuckers don't know nothing. We don't got no videos or pictures or.
We have all we have to go off of is some documents. You know
that's
what I mean?
It. Like some documents, not even really.
Some of these things are documented. Some of these things are hidden. And they use that to make our curriculum. They justified. Telling us these things that turned out to not be the truth or exaggerated. So
exactly.
It's crazy. But as far as things that we need to do to survive, like going back to like your family, like if it was anybody, like if somebody, okay, we live in a world where you can stop somebody from robbing you, but yet they can still
good shit now.
Like they can sue you and they can win.
Yeah.
And they were the ones robbing you. I'll give you a modern day case in point. Okay. Did you see that video of a woman who was trying to figure out who was taking her Amazon packages? So she put a bomb in she put a confetti bomb or something in her Amazon package. And the porch pirate came up and she had her ring camera on.
Yeah.
The thing exploded. And he's like, are you freaking trying to kill me? Are you freaking trying to kill me over an Amazon package? And then he admitted to stealing from her, in like at other times. He's like, the last time I stole from you, this didn't happen. You just admitted to stealing, sir. You just admitted to stealing, and it's all on. And now he's trying to justify it. He's trying to say, like, you tried to kill me over a freaking Amazon package. You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have had to touch the Amazon package. It's not yours.
And that's the silly shit, of course, right? Like, you know, and then let's say, like you were saying, then let's say he goes and gets a lawyer, and you get just a dumb enough lawyer that's willing to take a case like that and say, hey, we got a case here. Yeah, you were doing that, but that's not as bad as manslaughter. You might be able to blah blah blah.
Exactly. All of a sudden,
that shit's on the news. That's just getting attention, and other stupid people are joining him. And now he's got a little whole, like, you know, crew assembled, and then this lady's over here, you know, missing work. You know, to inevitably win or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna win, but all the shit that have to be going through the process, the money, is it justified? Is a question that we're gonna ask today. So, like you just said, you just gave some great examples, Kyle. Let's get into the meat and potatoes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is what started this whole fucking conversation for me. Yeah, all right, we're gonna break it down.
When you sent that to me, bro, I had to.
Isn't it crazy?
I had to read it a few times because I couldn't even fathom doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. And this is why, and Kyle, I'm glad that we have two perspectives on here, because you're not a dad, but you are somebody's son. You know, you're somebody's child. Your sisters have children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get an interesting perspective, I feel like, on this topic. Mm-hmm. All right. So right off the bat, man finds out all three of his kids aren't his. Okay, let's start right there. Man finds out all three of his kids are not his. Now, unless she has triplets that all came out together, that means that there's different ages of these children, bro. Okay? Yep. That means over time, they've had 3 children, and this is his wife, and 3 kids together. Okay?
But check out that one point.
Here we go.
His own relatives.
She cheated with own relatives. Kyle, what do you think about that part? So we got the first part that's really bad, and then now we just up the ante.
that made me go, so many things that made me go, what? And then that made me go, what? Excuse me? Like, I've seen that plot before in a whole other scenario. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that plot on the hub before, but not like this. Not kids weren't involved. You know what I'm saying? It was just for entertainment. This is not entertainment. This is people's lives.
Let's break this down real quick. We just read that part so far. All right, now I want to break this down. Now, for everybody who's watching, who is married, who has a girlfriend, who has a long-term relationship, short-term relationship, whatever. Let me say this right here. There's a comedian named Patrice O'Neal, and he does a joke. He passed away in 2012, I think, 2011, 2012. Great fucking comedian. He did a joke one time, and he was talking about how, men, we love sex. We love pussy. We love this. We love that. And it's a joke, but he's telling you. He's like, women always say things like, oh, we're so immature. All we think about is this. All we talk about is this. All we do this, this, and that. And he tells the story of how the reason why is because it's really fucking important. It's serious business, in the words of Patrice O'Neal. Serious business. When you're having sex with some woman, or you're dealing with a woman, you like a woman, you're wooing a woman, whatever. This is the reason why. Because if you get mixed up in the wrong woman, or a woman get mixed up with the wrong man, same deal. There's so much attachment that comes with just a casual acquaintance, a casual hookup, a casual situation, a sneaky peek or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people cheating. The one photo that just came out with the damn CEO holding his mistress at the fucking baseball, and everybody AI'd that shit.
Like what? Like, so many memes came out of that. But what's even crazier is he blamed the band for what he didn't. He didn't want to stand on business and say, you know what, I shouldn't have been doing it. We've been doing it for this is that. Like, he's like, he blamed. I forgot what band they were. What concert they were at, but he blamed them
That's funny.
And I'm like, really? That's the mental gymnastics you trying to do? You want to
Toss the blame. Don't never accept it.
You're married, bro. You're married, and you're doing this with your HR rep. Seriously?
Motherfuckers don't care. But listen, Kyle, it's a good point. This all matches the same topic.
Yep.
When you deal with people, and this goes across the board, you'll hear a lot of people trying to tell people's story and shit. You'll hear a lot of people trying to say, "Oh, you have to be careful who you're with." Listen, you can be as careful as any fucking person in the planet. Yep. At the end of the day, you don't always know. The person that you're dealing with doesn't know. Sometimes people they have weak moments, they have weak, situations they are taken advantage of. Shit, sometimes they ain't mentally as strong, and you can easily kind of be talking. She didn't marry that man, with I'm gonna cheat on him with his brother, his father, his cousin. She ain't know that shit. Who knows what happened in that situation that led her to that situation? Maybe she is just a horrible fucking person, and she knew it going in. I'm gonna fuck all of them.
We have no idea. It's just that though. It's more than just. Well, I can't even say just because I've been cheated on before. It hurt like hell, right?
Oh yeah.
It hurt like hell. And at the time that I had asked her, "Is this what you really want?" Right? She said yes. No remorse. No remorse, no nothing. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. The next thing you know, she's asking me about a month later. We've only been broken up a month. She's asking me advice about other dudes. Right?
That's fucked up. Man.
And
that's dirty.
But it's like, man, I like, okay, you did it, but why am I still? Why are you still calling me? Was my thing. But the point I'm trying to make is, I didn't expect it at all. I didn't see it. I didn't see it happening. I don't know if she did either. But looking back at it, I was like, you know what? Certain things started adding up to me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we were able to get through it. After that, we just we were friends after that. After some time, not directly after. It was a few years later.
Listen, I'd still be mailing postcards of doo-doo and shit into her fucking house right now. Yeah. Kyle, I got a question real quick on the topic.
Yep.
You just said something, and we're gonna dive a little deeper into what you're saying. But I want to ask you, when she called you after she told you she cheated on you and stood on business with it, if you would have called her and said, "You know what? You are a fucking bitch," you would have said that to her. Be honest. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you have been justified?
I think so. I
fucking think so too.
I think so. Now, those would not be the words I would want to use, but you know what I'm saying? She tried to get back in my good graces almost immediately, and every so often it was but we're still in each other's lives, and I'm like, look, I can't with this right now. You made a decision. I can't with this right now, which is why when I am in a relationship with someone, I take that seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people don't, unfortunately. And that's why it's like you're saying your story right now. For a person to do some cold-hearted shit and then try to call the person back that they just, mistreated, mm-hmm. and try to have them and still try to manipulate the situation. Hey, even though I wanted to do this and do this my way and do this how I'm doing it to you, I still want you to be around because I still want you in my life. I just want you to be in my life the way I want you to. So I want to do what I want, do what I need to do what I have to do, and still have you too. Who the fuck how the fuck is those possibilities existing together in somebody's fucking brain?
No, and the thing about this situation is, this situation involved not only two different members of the family, but it resulted in children that she later lied about. So so you're stacking.
I got a whole nother story.
You know what I'm saying?
Got a whole other fucking show right now.
No. I'm talking about this situation, not my situation.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I ain't got no kids out there. So
I was about to say, what kind of
no, I justified that. there was no there like we never had any kids. There was never any kind of like nothing like that. But the situation with the man in Detroit, you know, like and his wife, this not only resulted in loss of trust, but you have 3 kids who don't really know who their father is. They only know one
man
father, one man, you know, especially since she she somehow like was able to convince him that all these kids are yours. And the thing is, they're still related to him, right? But
I mean, not really. That's
I
the
mean,
thing that's fucking crazy. Yo, Kyle, let me say this as let me say this is the part. Like I said, this is where we're gonna talk, and we're gonna and powwow with each other. And it's cool because this is good conversation, man. This is good conversation. This is the thing, Kyle.
Yep.
Even though, and we haven't even gotten to his actions yet, so we're just still talking about the situation.
Yeah.
But even though this man has been a part of this family, he's been a part of this family.
Yeah.
He's seen these kids as his own because that's all he knew. Yeah. He probably, we don't know his situation all the way. We just reading the post.
No, we just reading the post. That's it.
But he probably thought they were his, and he acted just like any dad who cared about his fucking children, and he took care of them. He bought them stuff. He did everything he needed to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, speaking as a dad,
yes,
no matter what, bro, there is something that switches or is different when the child is not yours.
Oh yeah.
You question shit differently. You think differently. And I'm not saying you don't love them, but you understand that there's things that are happening with them that are not in your bloodline, that are not in your fucking DNA. That's not. It's something completely different.
Yep. It's crazy. And what I mean by related, like she did something with his relatives that resulted in these kids. So
that's true.
Biologically related. He may not be the father, but they are biologically related. Now, is it his responsibility? No. Like after 10 plus years, like they got 3 kids that were born at different times. So that means that she kept this lie going on for years.
Yeah, man.
And now now dude's like, okay, because we don't know as far as the report goes, we don't know who the actual dad is. We just know it's within that family.
If that, because what it really said is that she cheated with people within the family. So it may not even be the father of the kids. She might. Who knows how many people this lady been getting ran through?
No idea. But also, and the most important thing now, what about the kids?
Yeah, man, that's the fucked up part.
The most important thing is what about the kids? Because now they know that their mom was doing things she shouldn't have been doing that resulted in them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, what are their how we don't know how old they are. We have no idea where they are, like, mentally. We just know that they're the father that they've known all their lives is not really their father, and it's and that's the thing. Like you see talk shows about this all the time. There's so many paternity court cases and
For
stuff
real.
out there. I think the most messed up thing is those who sign the birth certificate and they find out that the kid's not theirs, but because they signed the birth certificate, they have to still pay child support.
So you just opened the door. Night, baby. You just opened the door to a whole nother situation. This is another point. The laws when it comes to men, especially now, whether you want to, black men, white men, whatever, like the laws when it comes to men in particular are fucking catastrophic, man. Men have the shortest, shittiest end of the stick in a lot of situations. Does it get justified a lot? Because, the man leaves. Do they leave? Yeah, they definitely leave. But in the same fucking sentence, you can say, well, do the women lie? Do the women do this? Do the women fucking say that they're gonna get an abortion and then fucking have the baby and then doing all this other stuff? Yeah, a lot. There's a lot of really effed up things that both parties do.
Yeah.
So it's like when you have somebody who is, taking advantage of the situation. I hear myself on your side. I think a lot, man.
Oh,
I think, yeah, I just hear my back feed. I hear.
Yeah, you want me to go out and come
I don't know.
back?
No, I think it's just if I don't know if your thing is up really high. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I just hear it on my headphones. But I'm just it's just a crazy ass situation because it's like, you literally are able to talk to different people about like, having, kids and then the things that they went through with like, their baby moms and this and that. And even if they're a really good person, they're trying their best to do whatever they can. Fucking women, man, will destroy a person, bro, just because they don't like what he does. Don't even because he's a bad father. Just, hey, I don't agree with him wanting to go watch baseball. I want him to go play basketball, so I don't want to give him to him on that weekend.
Oh yeah,
like this shit is horrendous, man.
I've seen so many cases now. Now there's this judge. She's a lady judge, really great at what she does, right? And she gives everybody, a chance. But sometimes she'll say, like people will say things, and they'll be like, you know what? Don't mess with me today. She'll be like, don't mess with me today in my own courtroom. She's seen moms who they're divorced. The mom's divorced, right? And the kids live with dad, but the mom's still asking for child support, right? And then the judge looks at them with a straight face, like, wait a minute, hold on. You just said that the kids live with the dad, right? So why are you asking for child support? And they try to justify it by saying, because I'm the mother.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. They fucking insanity. And it's allowed to happen because of the way these fucking rules are now. I mean, they believe it. They know it's so one fucking sided that you can go up there with an idiotic story like that and have a case.
Yeah.
On some crazy shit. And they'll just lock your ass the fuck up immediately.
Or there's also cases where, just like we were talking about, like, yes, there have been so many men out there that have left. But there's also moms out there who have left. Like there was this one case I saw where a mom just decided one day she don't want to be a mom anymore. So on this summer, they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna go see your aunt. You're gonna stay with your aunt, right? So they bring her to the sister house, bring them to the sister's house, right? And then she goes, and just summer comes and goes, right? And no word from mom. So they track her down, bring her to court. Now the aunt's asking for child support because when they figure out what the story is, she's like, "Look, I will take care of my family. I don't know if they're nieces or nephews or whatever, but I will take care of my family. But I still need support. Kids are expensive." And the mom's justification was she didn't want to be a mom anymore. She just woke up and something in her brain was like, "I don't want this life anymore." So now you got kids wondering, why didn't mom want me?
That's right. And that's the fucked up part about it. Like the kids always suffer at the end because they don't understand, just like kind of how we were talking earlier, Santa Claus and all that stuff, whatever. Like kids they don't get the context. They don't get the concept.
At that point in time.
Yeah. I mean, even if they have like a really good sense of awareness and, a better sense of understanding than others, like at the same time, you still can't comprehend why your mother or father, has made a decision to like, hey, listen, I still want to kind of live the life that I live, and you are a fucking hindrance. That's how I'm looking at you in a way, and I can't do that with you. So it sucks. It really does suck. The kid always suffers. But I was gonna say to your point, Kyle, like, listen, man, you're talking to somebody who absolutely understands the situation because it happened to my mom. My mother, she actually, her mom left her at an early age. And just kind of bounced. We never fucking knew who she was ever. We know of her family, but yeah, she left early, man. And my grandfather raised her. So yeah, man, the moms do it too. It don't get talked about a lot. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, just to be fair, you can understand that it's way easier for the man to leave because at the end of the day, the woman does carry the fucking baby. Like, that's just what
Like
it is.
the woman carries so much. The baby, they gotta go through so much just to have the baby,
Yeah.
and it's, but when I hear about, like, when I hear, like, I've heard of plenty of stories of dads walking out, plenty of stories of
Yeah.
dads walking out. You know what I'm saying? But then when I hear about the moms, like, it took me a while to get it through my head. It took me a while because I was like, but they're the ones that had to have the kid in the first place. All that stuff that I've been taught in my life, kind of, I had to rethink everything I thought.
Yeah.
When you hear that say a mother bounces because they don't want to be a mom anymore, or they're jealous of their kid. Now it happens
Crazy
with
shit.
dads too, but I never understood the concept because, uh, thankfully, my family was there for me. Even after my parents got divorced, there was no like fighting or anything that I was aware of. Like, they did it, but they didn't do it in front of us. There was no
Yeah,
custody battle, no
you're
nothing.
lucky.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
did it, but they didn't do it in front of us. And
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, like, my parents ain't best friends or anything like that, but they're cool with each other. They're
Yeah,
cool with each
that's all it takes.
other.
And you're lucky, situations where you were able to, enjoy the good examples that they led for you. And
Mhm.
that's why I always say, Kyle, it's always good to have you on because you have a unique dynamic with these situations, man. I come from a really, really rough, and when I say this, I mean this wholeheartedly. My fucking parents, they were in my life, and my mom's and my dad, when we got older, sixth, seventh grade, they kind of started having their problems and kind of split. But for the most part, they were still there, man. Like, my mom to this day, she's still taking care of us, helping us out and stuff like that when she can,
Yep.
or if we got to
Yep.
help her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Pops passed away, but he was doing his own thing and everything still. Like, so it's like I never didn't have, good parents. Like, my parents was good. They did their own shit in their own way. But I think with this topic that we're talking about now, like, just basically addressing like so much of the scenario, not just
Yeah.
like the one situation.
Yeah.
But this is a common thing, bro. And when there are children involved, when you're in a relationship, like you said, Kyle, you're in a relationship, somebody cheats on you, that shit is heart fucking throbbing, bro. You felt like somebody cared about you. I said this a while ago. It feels like a death. Like it's similar to a death because the person that you once thought was your everything, your world, the one that was for you, and then
Yep.
they switch or they flip. Yo, it's almost like they died. It's almost like the one person that you knew died, and now this new person's here. And no matter how hard you try to talk or cry or convince yourself, they're
Yep.
different.
Yeah.
They're not the same anymore.
Yeah.
So
It hurt like hell when it happened, when it happened to me, and it happened to her sometime after, and she called me, and
mm,
she's like, "I get it now." I'm like, "What you mean?" Like, what I did to you happened to me. She called me at work, and I was
mm,
like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." I felt sorry for
shit,
her.
I wouldn't.
I
Like,
felt
good
sorry.
bitch.
I felt sorry for her because even though her and I were not seeing eye to eye, like, this was about a year or so later, right?
Mm,
And she's like, "I just have to get this off my chest. It happened to me." And she's like, she gets it now. She knows my pain, and I'm
yeah.
not going at like, "Oh my god, now she knows my pain, revenge." No,
No.
no,
But you're right. Now she gets it.
yeah,
It's kind of like one of those, just uniquely revenge kind of, best dish served cold and all that shit or whatever. It's
that,
just it is
yes,
what it is.
yeah, exactly, no, exactly. Like, I wouldn't wish that kind of pain on anybody. Same thing with, like, losing a relative. I wouldn't wish that on, I wouldn't
Yeah.
wish that on nobody. But it's it you know stuff like that happens, and there's no, like, justifiable reason for it.
Yeah.
They'll try to figure out a way to do it. Like, she told me this is what she wanted, and then next thing you know, like, 'cause she always argued because it was a long distance relationship. So she'd
Long
be like,
distance hard.
you know, I'm here, you're there, I'm here, you're there. Answer the phone when I call you, da 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 da. Right? And my friends saw how I was getting, and that's how she, I guess that's how she justified it to herself at the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
long distance is definitely hard. That's shit. We might need to do
I've done it
a
twice.
show about that. I did it one time before, but it was I was with the person, and then I did it because I had to leave for a little while, and I was coming back. But yeah, it didn't
Mhm.
work out. It didn't work out. But let's wrap this scenario up. So you
Yep.
guys heard everything we've basically been talking about. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're not opening any fucking brand new doors in anybody's head.
Right.
It's a shitty situation, man. Cheating. You got a family, and if the wife is cheating or the husband's cheating, making other family with other people and stuff, that's horrible. Is it justified that this dad, after finding out this horrific fucking news, probably broke his ass in half to find out this news, took his ass up to her job and popped her ass? Okay. Okay, we're gonna say popped her ass because it sounds better than the terminology that's here, but y'all reading it. Now listen, I'm gonna start this one off because I just want to say this.
Mhm.
I never am condoning anybody to harm anybody or hurt anybody in any type of way.
Mhm.
I'm never saying it. The unfortunately, even though the pain is severe, and I can't imagine what a person who have lost a loved one or has went through a tragic situation, what they feel, what that pain that they feel, that desire to, especially somebody who is harmed in a way where it's like, hey, listen, I know the person who did this to me, I know the person who did this to my family. I want fucking revenge. I want to fucking make them feel the pain that I feel now.
Mhm.
I can't imagine. You understand? But at the same time, I still would never be the person that's like, yeah, you should go and run out and go and hurt somebody or go harm somebody. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, if he did, I'm just saying, I fucking understand it. I understand it, bro. We could definitely talk about, of course, one of the most obvious clips. We did two comedians on this show,
Yep.
Patrice O'Neal, and then of course Chris Rock. Chris Rock has the classic O.J. Simpson.
The O.J. Simpson case. Yeah.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson line when he's talking about O.J. Simpson and the whole thing with Nicole Brown and cheating on her and this and that, and she was cheating on him and having sex with somebody else, and then something happened. We don't know what happened, but it happened. And if what he did, what I'm saying, you don't agree with it, but you understand, like.
Yeah. And that's the but that's the like going back to the kind of gray area part of this conversation. Okay.
Mhm.
I am not for taking a life, right? Unless that life is being like if one like if say you're in a standoff between you and someone trying to hurt your family and they come at you and they come out with you with a gun. They try to shoot you first or whatever. Now it's self-defense.
That's it. Yep.
That's self-defense. That's justifiable, right? This, however, is understandably a man who has found out his life is a lie.
Yeah.
Right? And not only has it been happening one time you could probably forgive.
Yeah.
But multiple times?
Lied about the kids with relatives.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Multiple times though. It's like Chris Rock said, like, I don't think he should have killed her. But I understand.
Yeah. And just to clear up, guys, I don't think she didn't, as far as I read, she didn't die.
Yeah,
She's not dead.
Okay, because I was wondering, did she die after that?
Yeah, she's alive.
She's alive. Okay, good. Because check this out. Not only you got to think about it like this. Now either way, dude's going to jail, right?
Oh yeah,
because that's attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? So,
Kyle, on that topic, real quick, before you jump, on that topic, Do you think that it's wrong that the case should be treated as attempted murder rather than maybe? I mean, of course, depending on how it gets set up. If he like marked it on his fucking calendar and everything like that or whatever,
then that's premeditated. Yeah.
Shouldn't this be some type of temporary kind of insanity, man?
And I would give him.
I'm telling you, bro.
I probably would have gave him the insanity plea, because think about where his mind was. He found out his entire thing was a lie. The dude is seeing red. You know, he's not thinking at all. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any kind of repercussions. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that at all. As far as sentencing, I would give him the insanity plea, because that is insane.
It is, man. And isn't that an important part? I think that's something else that really is missing in our fuck it, I'll just say civilization. Like, I like, we don't have like a common kind of understanding with each other in a lot of areas, to where we can say something like this: hey, if you get married and you have a child with somebody, and then 10 years later you tell them, hey, you are not the father of this child you've been raising for these last 10 years. You've thought you've had another passing of your generation or passing of your bloodline, but you don't. This is somebody else's fucking son. I fucked him while you were at work one Tuesday, and you flip that on somebody and change their whole fucking life. And then there's no like comprehension, like, oh, you have to just still follow all the regular rules, bro. I'm turning in my fucking chair just thinking about the thoughts that I would have or even imagine having just with a situation like that, bro. That's mind blowing.
It's crazy because I don't think in this situation it could ever go the other way around,
bro.
Like, I don't like in this situation. I don't think there's a other way you can switch this. Like, there's no way in the world. I've never heard of it being done before, and if it does, then you've done some serious mental gymnastics. If you had a kid with another woman and convinced the woman that you're with that the kid is actually hers, I don't know, like that would be something diabolical right there.
Yeah, that'd be some wizardry shit or some Harry Potter.
Exactly. Like, what did you do? Put a spell on her and memory wiped her? I don't know, but
listen, man.
But in this case. The ones I feel the most sorry for are the kids, obviously.
Are the kids, always.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they got this. When they find out, if they haven't already, because now this has made the news, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in public.
Public. And the internet never forgets. So the internet never forgets. So this is going to be one of those things. It's going to be like, what is their relationship with their mother going to be like after this? What kind of therapy are they going to need after this? Therapy, prayer, whatever you decide to do, these kids are never going to be the same.
Yeah, man, it's a hard situation, and once again, like, I always kind of try to, like, just throw this out there, like, hey, listen, this situation may be just a crazy thing that we don't really know all the things to. Maybe it's World Star trying to throw something out there that's completely falsified. But let me just say it. Shit like this happens. It's not like maybe this story isn't real, but the relatableness of it to a real scenario is definitely there.
Happen. If this ends up not being real, because now we really have to be cautious as to what stories with.
For real.
Nah, you're not helping. But
they're not.
But if this is real, right? It's nuts. I would still give him the insanity. Plea, but he's still spending some time in jail. I'm not gonna, what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to. I mean, and that's the harsh reality, man. And it just really sucks that. And I'm never gonna say anybody, if you take matters in your own hands, there's another video recently. We're about to wrap up, but there's another video recently that a teacher was putting her hands on one of the students, we saw the mom walked in there and beat shit out the teacher right in the hallway of the damn school. Beat the shit out. It's pretty viral. It's going around right now. But listen, is she justified? Yeah.
Yes. This is not
absolutely.
This is not back in the day when they let people whoop other people's kids.
Hell no.
This is not back in the day. This is not like if the kid is acting up, then you got to leave it up to the parents. Call the
Chain of
office.
command.
Call the office. Call the parent. Whatever. Get them out of work. Whatever they got to do. But shoot, use the kid's cell phone. Everybody got cell phones now, so use the kid's phone. It's like, excuse me, listen, Miss Brown. Yeah, John's acting up. Okay, yeah, John's acting up. What's happening? Oh, we're in the office right now. You do not do that. Like, imagine, I don't know if this teacher has kids, but imagine if a teacher did that to their kid.
Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing, Kyle. And also, I'm not trying to justify it. I do know these fucking kids are way wild. They are. And you see these videos where these kids are literally punching teachers in the face.
Oh yeah, they wilding out.
Crazy wild shit. Now listen, there's another side to this coin too. Gray area. So, always a gray area. But just understand, if you put your hands on my kid, you better fucking have a hell of a story to go with that shit. Because if it ain't good enough, it's your ass. And if I go to jail afterwards, then I guess I got to pay those dues because I had to prove a point. And it is a sucky thing. It is a sucky thing. Maybe we can even dive deeper on this topic, like just like the whatever, just consequences of your actions and stuff like that or whatever, and the rewards of it and the fucking the necessity of it. But maybe we'll try that on a different show also. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate that people have to go through such rough things and then have to just be faced to act normal. Like, still follow the rules. Yeah, you just went through this crazy life-changing, experience, but you can't do this, can't do that. You have to just follow the rules. Don't kill, don't do this.
You can't do this, you can't do that. Like, before we started the show, I was looking up like adultery laws, like depending on where you were, was there a time where cheating was considered illegal because it's not against the law. This is a morality issue. You know what I'm saying? But but I looked at it and there were certain times where it was, but then it changed, right? Depending on what country you were living in, including the U.S., that would constitute whatever punishment you got. But there was also a time way back in the day, I'm talking ancient Greece or ancient Romans, right? When they were talking about divorce, like justification for divorce. Now, people say that people get divorced for any reason, but there was a time where you could get divorced for bad sex, right?
Listen, bro.
There was a time where
who's the judge? Who's the judge on that shit? Like,
winners. Here now, if I get my information wrong, somebody fact check me, please. But from what I understand, right, in order to prove that the sex was bad, they pretty much had to perform in front of jury.
Oh no, that's a setup. That shit was never real.
Your wife or your husband had to perform, and they would use that as a way to weed out people. Like, okay, you're getting what's the justification? He never made me come, or she never made me come. That's
crazy as fuck.
Like, what? That's it. But then again, the education back then wasn't what it is today. And I'm not saying that we're the most educated, because we're honestly not. But just imagine if that was someone's reasoning for wanting to divorce their spouse.
Listen, man. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, if you ain't, sex is definitely an important part of a relationship. But at the end of the day, it's like if you feel like that's what you have to go to fucking perform and see, I told you it's not good. See, and then you over here and he's taking notes like, well, he's right, Johnny.
You didn't try this position. See,
exactly.
She said she liked it this way, but
That's
you like it this way. There's no communication going on here. What's happening?
Let me tell you something.
But shooting somebody because they cheated on you, that is grounds for divorce right there.
Yeah, that's divorce 101 for sure. I'm probably the top of the line. But Kyle, man, another great show, bro, in the record books. Yo, listen, people like we just talking about, of course, these are just stories that we're finding. We don't know if they're absolutely real, but there's credibility to this shit, man. Things happen like this all the time. And you just never know, man. So the best thing you can do is try to be the best person you can be, and hopefully stay away from crazy ass situations like this.
Oh, yeah.
But we about to wrap up, man. Definitely gonna be back tomorrow for Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk, of course. And then Kyle, what you got going on, bro?
Yeah, drop that new episode of A for Able. I got new stuff on the pipeline. But if anybody wants to, know about like type 1 bipolar and what that's like, check it out on YouTube and Spotify at the A for Able podcast.
Definitely. I watched like first like 15 minutes of it while I was working today. But yeah, man, definitely a great show. Check it out, guys. And of course, Kyle, we're gonna be back on the ENT show this week. I think we're gonna talk a little bit about the video game thing I was talking about. Of course, we're gonna have a watch list. We're gonna dive into a top 5, and we'll know a little bit more about that starting tomorrow. But yo, Kyle, have a great night, man. I want you guys to stay true, stay positive, pay attention. And we'll be back tomorrow night with Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk. I love you guys. Have a great night. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you head on over to the Beeline Entertainment LLC YouTube channel, where we have so much more for you. We have the Beeline Web Show on Tuesday nights, as well as Straight Through the Roast Wrestle Talk on Wednesdays, and of course the Beeline